Um, then Till has a question. He says, I joined this type of question from a different angle. In an ayahuasca ceremony, being outside and looking up, I suddenly saw everything: house, trees, the sky, people, my own thoughts, in a completely different way. First, everything was luminous, bright, vibrating, a vast space. Second, it appeared and disappeared at an extremely high rate. One could also say that it was like a water fountain, solid and yet not solid. Third, it was like a giant display, an immense screen that I could look at, but this looking was subtly different. I kind of had to turn my head, keeping the eyes fixed. Fourth, it had an emotional quality of endless awe. Fifth, my mind said, this is all me, whereas the me was everything that arose. This state, and I'm glad he recognized that as state, lasted perhaps for a few minutes. I should add that in the minutes prior to this, inside my eyes seemed to throw two distinct light beams to whatever I looked. I could actually enlighten the walls with bright light at will. These are all pretty classic meditation experiences that not everybody has, but neither are they uncommon. This left such an incredible impression that eventually I picked up TMI. Way to go. And now I'm reading Tibetan Bon instructions translated by Daniel P. Brown, which to me come closest to express much of that depth of experience. Good for you. You're looking into traditions that can give you access to this. I had zero prior meditation experience. This happened at age 63. I'm now 65. I have only once re-experienced this state in lesser form when looking at night at a water fountain. My meditation motivation comes largely from these few minutes. Sometimes I experience a somewhat similar non-dual state when meditating on the Autobahn, with podcasts as my meditation object or with eyes open. However, the experience of luminosity is then not present. Probably a good thing when you're driving on the Autobahn. The question is, I am now pretty convinced that the descriptions I read in, for example, the 6 lamps, referring to luminosity, brightness, self-driving, vastness of appearance of phenomena are not just metaphorical. They correspond to the actual meditative experience. Is that true? Yes, absolutely. It certainly is. Also, the more immodest question is, did this experience, without an experiencing individual self, correspond to some kind of awakening experience? I have to say that this experience was more formative for me than many of the other more symbolic or emotional experiences. Well, does this correspond to some kind of, yes, what happened is you had an experience that resembles in many ways the new normal that you would experience in association with awakening. Yes. And this experience was more formative for me than many of the other more symbolic or emotional experiences. And properly so. Properly so. The emotional experiences arriving from the most primitive part of your mind. They're wonderful. And they will always be with you. They will always be a part of, if you achieve awakening, they will be a part of that ongoing experience of awakening, most especially the awe that you refer to. I believe that was you, and I'm not carrying it over from the last one.